Hey guys, y'all remember that corn we planted July 4th? There's peaches and cream out here. Well, it was a struggle trying to keep the worms off this stuff. I sprayed it with the BT several times, and it seemed like every time I would spray it, it would rain right back on top of it. So I've already checked some of it and pulled the silk back a little bit to see what was inside, and yeah, I got a few worms in there. This ain't the best looking corn you've ever seen, I'll admit that. Certainly not the best looking I've ever grown, but sometimes, just like you saw recently with those watermelons, sometimes looks are deceiving. It doesn't have to be an absolutely perfect looking plant to yield something fit to eat off of it. So what I'm gonna try to do right here is pick me a wash tub full real quick, get it shucked and take it up there for the ladies and let them decide whether they want to can it, freeze it, do whatever with it. These are ladybugs right here, found in my home down here in the corn. I hope they can produce some babies here real quick before I cut this corn down though. I need all the help I can get around here. Now that's some pretty corn right there. The peaches and cream, hard to beat this stuff. Just as sweet and juicy. I think that tub full right there will be enough to get the girls started anyway. If they need some more, I'll come back out here and pick some more. So the corn did pretty good this year. Not bad at all for a late crop, and we're actually getting plenty of diva cucumbers. Matter of fact, they're about to the end of their cycle right now where we had so much rain and the mildew has just been extremely hard to deal with. As you can see now, the corn is all gone, the cucumbers and squash are gone. All that stuff has been dished in real good. The only thing left is some purple hull peas of volunteers on the other side there. It looks like we might actually get some peas off of it. Right here at the end of September, that'd be pretty nice. The cucumbers came in so fast all at one time. My wife went ahead and picked up a bunch of those along with some of the leftover Anaheim peppers that we had. Made some of the prettiest ones we've had all year. So we had all that peaches and cream corn from earlier in the year, the first crop, canned up a whole bunch of that stuff, came back with this second crop right here and got just another 30 pints. We had fresh corn there for a few weeks, had some to give the neighbors and other people. Having fresh corn at a time when basically nobody else did around here was pretty cool, and the people who actually got it were very appreciative of it. That peaches and cream is some kind of good corn. Now, did we need another 30 pints of corn and more pickles and pickled peppers? Not really, but when you look at what's going on in the grocery stores right now, every time you go to the store, the price of stuff has just gone up. My wife makes the comment every time she gets back, just ridiculous how fast the food prices are going up. But don't ask Bernanke. He said inflation is under control. It's only about 2%, so y'all just go on back to sleep. Don't worry about nothing. I don't know where he buys his gas or his food stuff at, but it ain't the same place where I get mine. Inflation is a lot more than 2%. So let me make this point right here. I was reading about the savings rate in the country right now, and they were saying a lot of the population has less than $100 in a savings account. And that's because, one reason, I mean, most people, a lot of them live paycheck to paycheck, and they're flat out getting squeezed. Regardless of what the Fed says, there's a lot of inflation going on, and the people they're just like a sponge. You can only squeeze so much out of it. I look at it twofold. On one hand, people flat out don't have the extra money to just put it in a savings account. On the other hand, if somebody did have the money, in my opinion, it makes no sense to put money in a savings account right now. I see the little ad on the on the computer pop up for Ally. 0.95% APR for the next 12 months. You got to be kidding me. I'm going to give you $1,000, and in 12 months, you're going to give me that $1,000 back plus $10? I'm going to take that $1,000, go to the grocery store, and buy a bunch of non-perishable goods, things that are good for the next 2 or 3 years, and store them, stuff that I know I'm going to eat. Don't necessarily have to be red wheat and rice, but I mean, you can get a lot of stuff that lasts for 2 or 3 years, and I promise you, in another 12, 24 months, it ain't going to be as cheap as it is right now. You will have made a lot more than a 1% return on your investment. That's the way I see it. But what do I know? I'm just an old farm boy, high school educated, didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn last night, so y'all don't pay no attention to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. We hear a lot about prepping and homesteading and gardening, and to me, those three pretty much overlap. But the one common thing that they all have is the thought process or mentality of storing up food. If you're a homesteader back in the day, You stored up whatever you made in the spring and summer, early fall, trying to make it through the cold winter months and trying to, you know, so you can have something to eat till the next year rolled around. If you're prepping, you're looking at this inflation deal, knowing the prices are going to go up. You never know what's going on with Iran. You don't know what's going on with oil prices, how high gas can go. A lot of things could disrupt the system, just simple as an ice storm or a hurricane, and you need to have some food sitting around the house. Homesteading, prepping, gardening, to me, they all in the same family. We all have the same primary objective, looking after ourselves and looking after our families. We might go about things just a little bit differently, but they're still all related. Right now, I think I'm pretty much done with gardening for this year outside. I got to get my sweet potatoes up down there. I got a few more weeks before the frost comes, I think, so don't have to worry about them just yet. And get the cover crops, get my lime put on the gardens out here, and we'll get it ready for next year. So y'all take care, and Lord willing, I'll see you next time.